Hello crafty friends, this is the Paper Chef here. Welcome to part 1 of my annual catalog unboxing. I'm going to be sharing my pre-order, and in this video I'm going to be sharing the new in colors. I have a different pack of cardstock which has all the colors in it. So I just want to go over the colors, the new in colors. I'm excited to share all these new products with you. Then we're just going to play a little bit with the inks and see how they look. So we are going to just start by talking about these in colors. They're good for 2 years. So when this catalog comes out May 3rd, right? May 3rd, 2022, then these new colors will be around for 2 more years until 2024. So they're called the 2022-2024 in colors. So we have Tahitian Tide. Okay, Parakeet Party. This is my favorite, I think. No, actually this might be my favorite. These two are my favorites. This reminds me of an old color called Lemon Lime Twist. Okay, this one is called Starry Sky. And incidentally, there's a color retiring soon called Misty Moonlight, and that reminds me of that. Okay, Sweet Sorbet. This reminds me of an old color called Watermelon Wonder. And, okay, Orchid Oasis, which is a little bit of a purple. So this is more of a bluish, and this is more of a purplish. All right, I'm going to say hi as you come in because this is casual. Hello, Melissa from San Antonio, Texas. So please say hello when you come in, and hello, Zaina. Thank you. I'm glad you like the colors. So first thing I'm going to do is take out a pack of. So I always buy all the color cardstock because I do color swatches for my new catalog survival kits and things. So I have a 12 by 12 because I use the ScanNCut a lot, and I don't really do scrapbooking anymore, but I do love having 12 by 12 cardstock. So I got a pack of that. But what I'm going to just open up is this pack here because it has all the colors in it, just so I don't make a huge mess, right? I can open up the variety pack. So I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. This is not a new item. This is just an item that it helps me unwrap things. And then I put things into folders, and I may have handy. I think I can reach. Yeah, I might be able to reach some folders I store my cardstock in and some sleeves. And if not, in part 2, if I don't get to that, because I have a lot to get to. Oh, wow, it's double wrapped. Maybe that was a mistake. It's usually just single wrap, but hey, we'll take it. We like extra wrapping. Now, when you have these packages, then you end up with, it's fine just when you can store them in the package. Okay, let me just start with that. Let's just do that. So when you first start out, you're like, oh, I'll just store it in the package. Yeah, that's what I'll do. And then you soon realize you have scraps and pieces all over the place and buckets of scraps. So it's hard to slip everything back into these packages. So soon, and then the ends get frayed. See, that one already got a little messed up. Maybe it was from my, and then so it's just better I put them in other folders. All right, so there you go. I'm going to pull these out. Oh my gosh, how nice. So Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Sweet Sorbet. Gorgeous. And the nice thing about in colors is that it's a collection. So they coordinate together. So you always know that if you're going to use these 5 colors, you're going to be good. Orchid Oasis, and we'll compare that to Starry Sky. All right, so there you go. So that's the cardstock pack. So in a variety pack of cardstock, now it's not as good of a deal as getting these because look, not this. This one is a whole different, I forget what that one cost. I can't open the catalog right now. I'm not allowed to show you the inside of the catalog, so I forget what the price increase to it. Just know that when you buy these single packs, you get 24 sheets in a pack. When you buy these packs, you don't. You get, let's see, 20 sheets total. And I think they might cost the same. So with these kind of packs, you get 4 extra sheets, but then you have to buy 5 packs to get all the colors. You see what I'm saying? So it's just something to think about. If I'm doing a designer series paper or cardstock share, I end up having to get these packs, these variety packs. They cost me a little more, but that's because I just order as people order. You know, every time, like I think, let me see how many there's in here. 4 sheets of each. Yeah, so when 4 people order a share, I can then order a pack of this paper. Yeah. Anyway, 4 of each color. So now let's start playing. We're going to take out next the markers. I'm taking out a piece of basic white cardstock. This is thin, a regular basic white. There's a little eraser on there. This isn't the basic white, like the thick basic white. It's the regular basic white. And we're going to put these there so we can admire them and play with them here. I like to move these 2 away from each other because they're too similar. They're too similar to me. I'm going to put them like that. I'm going to put the Orchid Oasis on top. So that's just for us to admire. And it doesn't really matter what order things are in. I'm just going to open up the markers next. So this video is all about the in-color products. I don't have all the in-color products yet because we have limits on what we can order. I think we were allowed to get like 1 pack of these markers. We were only allowed to order certain things. And then there's some things we were able to get later after they came in. They were delayed because of shipping. All right, let's start with my favorites. We're going to take this and we're going to draw. Okay, so the markers can be used for, you know, just sort of, you can use them for a couple things. You can just color with them, color your stamped images, or you can use them to color onto a stamp. So I showed this in my last Scan and Cut tutorial. So let's say you had a stamp. Okay, let's see if we can't do it. Okay, you could color the mark. You could just put this. This says hooray. This is one of the new stamp sets in the new annual catalog. Good feelings. We'll probably use a different color to color it with, but that's another way to use these markers. We'll just do this color next because it's my favorite. Then we'll color it. We'll color the stamp with it. So there you go. This is Tahitian Tide. Ooh. So why have markers? Well, what if you had a stamp and it had a lot of different colors on it, so you can kind of color it with all the different colors right on it? Or what if you don't want to buy all the ink pads and you just get stamp markers? That might be a reason to use markers. I usually don't color these unless I'm trying to just color in fine detail, because by the time you get done coloring, it starts to dry out. So that's what you do, the huff technique. Huff is like, I'm breathing on it with my little bit of steam from my exhalation, right? So that's what huffing is. And of course, the more you do it, the better it'll come out. Let's try to add this color to it. Because it doesn't matter if I mix these a little bit, because as long as you go from light to dark, also, you know, they're coordinated, so they're going to mix well. But that's one reason to get markers. Most of the reasons you get markers, though, is more for fine detail and for coloring. These are water-based markers. They're not the same as alcohol inks. Oh, my gosh. I think I need to color this. I think I need to do hooray in all the different colors. All right, so anyway, which color was that? Let's just do a little, what I'm trying to do is just a little thing to kind of compare, is what I'm doing. A little rainbow of sorts with these markers. Oh, that's darker than I thought. Maybe it'll be lighter when I get to the blends. And did I do this one yet? I don't think so. So there's our 5 colors. Orchid Oasis is the last one I'm coloring. Okay. So that's what the markers look like. Give it a play. I would have to, to color this anymore, I'd have to wipe that off with a baby wipe or something, or with my Stampin' Scrub. All right, now let's take out the blends. And I am missing a blend because it's not Stampin' Up's fault, but one of my blends fell out. My mail is really rough. It's very rough. So I have a big hole in one of the boxes. I don't know what else is missing. I haven't inventoried yet. I just went straight to YouTube. All right, so these are called Stampin' Blends, and they're alcohol-based markers. So now let's see how these look on the paper. So they're probably going to be, this one's going to be lighter than the marker. The other one's not going to be. Oh, wow, lots of you guys came in and I haven't been saying hello. Hello, Marion from Illinois. Julie, hello, it has been a long time. Thanks, Julie, I'll rate you later. We've got to catch up. Okay, Kim, Chicago area, hello, and Carol from Minnesota. Okay, my favorite at the moment, she asked me, what's my favorite at the moment? These two. I guess if I had to pick one, if you were like saying you must pick one right this second, it would be this one. Parakeet Party, I think. It used to be Tahitian Tide until I saw Parakeet Party. The first one they announced to us was Tahitian Tide, so then I grew fond of it. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and do this now. I'm just going to go this with, see, this is light. This is the light blend. And actually, I'm going to do a little bit further, right? This is the light. I'm going to do the dark blend, and I'm going to blend the middle part. Just kind of overlap the middle part. So this is the darker blend, and the middle is the 2 blended. I usually don't just blend with stripes. I actually blend usually with circular motions, but that's Tahitian Tide. Okay, and let's get out. This is going to be Parakeet Party blends. So the difference is these are water-based. These are ink. These are like the same consistency as an ink pad, whereas these are alcohol-based, these blends. So they're not the same. Alcohol-based means that you need to use Memento ink. Well, Memento is a hybrid ink. You can use it for either one. But like, if you want a watercolor, you use a different kind of ink called StazOn. This one is this, you can use Memento black ink. This is great for coloring and blending. So alcohol markers dry really quickly because they have alcohol in them. And I don't mean just the markers drying out. I mean, they dry quickly. Oh gosh, I like blends better than markers, these kind of markers. But I gotta have it all. Gotta have it all. Let's get the dark one next. This will be Starry Sky. Sorry for the little plastic crinkly thing. So we're gonna get the, I can tell it's light, but some people label them. I have labels for other things for my cardstock, but I don't label these because I can tell which one's light. I have a system. I use the Stampin storage system, and it's how I store everything. So one day I'll probably show that on a video. I've shown it to my VIP group in a little video in that group on how I store things. Oh, this is super dark. The light one is more my style for this one. That's super dark. Now this one's gonna have, this is my missing. Okay, what's that one? That was the Orchid. That was Orchid Oasis. And this is my dark one. Okay, we'll do the Sweet Sorbet, and then we'll do the last one. Okay, so the ink color markers, you may be wondering. Ink color markers, you got to buy the set of 5. You can't buy one at a time. The only marker we have that you can buy one at a time is a black marker. Let's see if it's laying here. Here's the only marker, I believe. I'm not sure about the new catalog. The only marker you can buy by itself is a black marker, which is great to have for journaling and things. I use mine all the time. It's good to fill in whenever your stamp doesn't stamp. Like say you had a little missing part there and you did a lot of black color stamping, you can get in there and color it. And there's a brush tip on the markers, and then there's a fine tip. I'll show you here. I'll show you the fine tip. I'm not going to do it for all the colors, but just look. Check this out. Look how small the fine tip is. Can you see that? I'm not going to do the fine tip for all the markers. I usually use the brush tip. Anyway, back to Sweet Sorbet. So you can only buy these in a pack of like this, in a pack of 5. Other color collections you can buy in a pack of 10. So like the brights come in a collection of 10. In colors you can buy in a pack of 5. So if one ran out, if that's your question, maybe you're thinking, well, what if one runs out? You have to buy the pack of 5. But I mean, I never really had that. I don't really, I mean, there's all kinds of videos too. I don't really get into refilling these, but I refill my Wink Estella, and I color my Wink Estella and sometimes my re-inkers, but some people use their re-inkers. Oh gosh, this is super cool. This reminds me of Poppy Parade now that I'm drawing with it. Some people take their re-inkers and re-ink their markers, which is fine because it's the same kind of ink. What I'm saying is not that I wouldn't do that. Not that I'm not frugal, because I'm totally frugal. I'm saying I don't really need to. I don't remember my markers really drying out unless I did some Christmas cards where I had to color like a bazillion things in shaded spruce or something. I don't remember anything drying out. All right, so that's Sweet Sorbet. Love it. And then this is my lone marker. It doesn't have a light. It's only the dark one. Poor little guy. Even the tip's flying out. It did not have a good time in shipping. Big hole in the side of that box. But the only thing that was small was that. The other things in that box I don't think could have fallen out because it was cardstock and stuff. All right, so there you go. That was the Starry Sky Dark. Can't show you the light. All right, so let's show you now the ink. And we'll keep saying hello as I open the inks, and we'll do a little stamping with them, and I'll grab a baby wipe so I can clean the stamp as I do it. All right. We have 5 ink pads. So we have markers, which are the same as ink pad. I mean, the same kind of consistency. Except, of course, the ink pad, where's mine? It's going to be a lot bigger surface area for your stamping. Right? So, of course, you want to get these for all your stamping. And then I'll show you how to put the little label on the front and everything. This is how I do it. Okay, my storage system is called Stampin' Storage, Melissa, and it's in the catalog. It's actually on there now. It's not something new. The Stampin' Storage, I use it. I will show you, though, because I save, like, I'm a hoarder of all colors. I saved, like, every color I've ever had. Not every color I've ever had, but every color since I started getting blends. Since I started getting the Stampin' Storage. So now I have to keep getting more, like say I want to put this with my greens. I do it by greens, blues, purples, right? I want to get this in there. I'm not going to throw away my Lemon Lime Twist. It's a retired color. But this is going to go somewhere before or after Lemon Lime Twist. If it's darker, it's probably darker. It's going to go above it. So that's my system. I just put all the greens on a shelf, on a stack, and all the blues on a stack. And then there's topper storage, and there's you can put your marker in the side. I guess, yeah, I do need to show you this. It's pretty cool. So you can put it'll have like a little cubby for that, your marker and your your stamp pad right on the same little cubby. And then there's like the blend storage system, and so every 3 or 4, I stacked my blends. They go 6 across. All right, let's just do the label on one of them. We're going to take the Parakeet Party label. So what I want to do is take this label, okay, and I'm going to use my pointy side like that. See what I'm doing? And then I'm going to take my pointy side of the tool, flip it around, and get the spatula side. Isn't this a cool tool? It's called Take Your Pick. I take my spatula side and I go like that. And I do this every time I get new ink, because I do a lot of demonstrations on YouTube and Udemy and Skillshare and all the places I teach. I mean, Facebook, I teach in my groups and everything. So I do a lot of demonstrations, and I like people to know what colors I'm using. So this is, I put the color right here. Other people put it in another place. I put it right here in this little tray. And I'm at a weird angle, but I'm going to get it close enough. I'm happy with it. So you just can see the color that way until I gunk it up. Okay. So of course it's not even centered. So I hope that doesn't bother some of you guys, but it's not centered. But it is what it is. We'll do it again and try to center it. So again, I'm using this pointy side to get the label, to lift it up a little. And you can see that these are in different languages, see? We have French and German. And then if you want to label just the side, there's a blank one. So I'm going to use the spatula side. There's a blank one, and you can use the blank one for the front. So a lot of you might use them for like, some of my team members use it for like here, or maybe here. I think it's here. I think, right? They use it on this side or something, the blank one, and then they like know what's on their shelf. But I don't ever use the blank one. I just put them all in these little trays. And we're going to try to center this one this time. For any OCD people that are like, oh my God, it's not centered. Anyway, there you go. Close enough. Close enough. So now we're going to just do a little bit of stamping with those colors, and look at what happened to that one. This is why we need baby wipes handy. So let's get out a baby wipe. I'm just always a hot mess whenever I open anything. Whenever I open any new things. So we'll do these two, and then we'll close those. How about that? So we don't mix them all up, and then we'll use the Starry Sky. We'll open. So what I'm doing is I'm just cleaning my stamp real quick with a baby wipe. Now normally I use my Stampin' Scrub, but no time for all that right now. We're in the middle of an unboxing. I don't even have the ScanNCut. Okay, so she says, I see the strips. Yeah. Let's see. No matter where you spot, which one? Yeah, well, I guess if you put it there, then you got to store your inks in that way. So you can put your little strip there, and then you could store them. But I already can tell what colors on my shelf. Look at that. I already got something on there. The reason I can tell what's on my shelf is because my markers are the way I can tell what's on each shelf. So like in my storage system, I have these next to each other. So I don't need a sticker there because my marker tells me what is on that shelf. See, look, you can see the marker. That's how when they stack. Anyway, anywho, let's see how we can do some hooray here. We'll do a hooray. Tap, tap, tap. Ah! Awesome. I was hoping it wasn't going to be too wet from the baby wipe. All right, so that's hooray with the Tahitian Tide. We're just going to see how these look like. We're going to compare how these look. And I'm going to close Tahitian Tide because, as you can see, I keep mixing all the colors. Now, normally I would tap onto like a sticky note first. But we just have this paper here. We don't have all that other stuff. Oh my gosh, just love it because it's so easy to read. I didn't think it was going to be that easy to read. You know, like so I thought a color like that I would have to use sort of as a filler. All right, cool. Let's wipe that off. And now we will let's do Orchid Oasis next, just because it's right there. See how I open up the ink pad? And then I just flip it around and I slide it back. Okay. I got to get rid of any excess liquid. So it might be, the first time I'd have a little liquid on it from the, so it's always better, you know, it gets better as you stamp, as you keep stamping. That's that little corner there. That's just me not being level. It's better to stamp on a silicone mat. When you're not too level, you get those little extra artifacts there. Yeah, these would make a beautiful rainbow card. We should go back to Rainbow of Happiness Workshop Series and see what we can do with that. Because that stamp set is still around. Super fun. It would make a nice rainbow card. Okay, that was Orchid Oasis. Now we'll do I don't want to do this one yet because it's so dark. We can do it last. We'll do Sweet Sorbet next. All right. Yeah, so Yvonne's saying to make a beautiful rainbow card, and she's loving all the colors. Melissa wants to see my storage system, and Dolly's saying she's from Colorado. Hello, Eileen. No, Kathy, you didn't miss the whole thing. I just got started. Well, not started, but I'm only like, I don't know. I got a whole box here. I had a whole box of in-color stuff. I haven't even got to my ribbon yet and my paper. I got all kinds of stuff, Kathy. You didn't miss anything. I mean, you might have missed the beginning, but all I showed was the markers. And then I showed the blends. Oh my God, I love this. This is even nicer than Poppy Prayed. See what happens if you don't use the silicone underneath, that little artifact from like this part, this little edge, you know, kind of, it's making me lean a little bit. So when I say, if I would use like this underneath it, let's try this for the last one. I'm going to put that underneath when I do the last one, because that's a silicone mat and that'll help keep everything level. We're going to wipe that off and we're going to do Starry Sky because we've already done Orchid Oasis. Maybe we'll finally get to see a good comparison of the colors because these two are pretty, well, these two are pretty good. They're pretty different, but I didn't have the light one for that. And these markers, they showed it was pretty different. So we'll see how different they look with the inks. Starry, starry night. Oh, love. Okay, there. Even with the silicone mat, it went like that. Darn you. Okay, it's just because I'm all juicy here. Maybe I was, you know what? And I was flat on the mat. Oh well, it is what it is. It's stamped pretty good, and you can see there's a big difference in those two colors. So now we've seen our inks, and now what you want to do when you get your inks is, you don't have to do this, but I hardly ever did this. But I'm only starting to do it because I'm trying to be more organized. And I do a lot of what's called the baby wipe technique. And if you see my channel, you've seen me do all kinds of different stamping techniques. And by the way, the Hooray I'm stamping is from this new stamp set called Good Feelings. I'm using the Hooray just so you know where I'm getting this Hooray from. All right, so anyway, what I do now to try to stay organized is I try to get the re-inkers at the same time I get the ink pads. Because otherwise I don't know what I have. I mean, that's the only reason. I hardly ever have to use re-inkers. Hope the other one didn't fall out. Nope, it is actually in the box. Here it is. All right. I hope, you know, I hardly ever have to use re-inkers. It's probably going to take me like, you know, a few weeks or something to have to use the re-inker. But in the meantime, I can do some baby wipe technique, which is like you put all the drops of re-inker onto your baby wipe and you make it a stamp pad out of the baby wipe. So these are pretty cool. And, you know, they're good to have. And I think they're $3.75 or something like that, $3.75. So if you're the type that's like, I don't want to even get these stamp pads because they're so big, and maybe you do Stamparatus work, then you can get what's called the uninked stamping spots. And you can make your own little stamp pad, little tiny ones like the size of the paper pumpkin ones. And you would use your re-inkers to re-ink your stamping spots. All right, and there's more. There's more. All right, now we're going to look at the ribbons. These are cool, right? These are in-color ribbons. Let's open those up and kind of compare those. I don't know if my spatula side will work. Okay. My friend Ian taught me this trick. So wherever you find, if you find the end, you don't have to take the plastic off, because then when you take the plastic off, you have a whole mess. But you have to find the end first, and then you can kind of leave the plastic on and pull it out. Let me see if I can find one I can do it with. I just want to see the consistency. I won't have to open them all right now. Where's the beginning of any of these? Anyway, so sometimes you just have to get in there and pull a piece out and find the beginning. Or else I just cut it and find the beginning. Make a beginning. Make a new beginning. Oh, I like this consistency. Here you go. So see this? This is the little trick. So you're going to leave the plastic on there. And you're just going to... Oh, gosh, look at how cool that is. Hope that's in focus. Anyway, then your ribbon doesn't get all over the place. So you get to see... I don't really need to take them all out. You can just see how cool they are. And let's tell you what the name of what they're called. What the names of this kind of ribbon's called here. It's called Metallic Woven Ribbon. So I got these in the 5 in colors. So it's a Parakeet Party Metallic Woven Ribbon. And let me see how many yards it is. It's usually 10 yards. 10 yards, approximately 10 yards. So we can do fun stuff with them that coordinate. All right, we have more. There's more. So let's not open all the ribbons because we'll make a big mess. Let's do this one. The 2022 to 2024 in color glimmer paper. Oh my gosh, I love unboxing. This is so exciting. I'm actually opening it for the first time myself here with you, seeing what these look like. I want to feel how things look. I want to feel like how thick things are, and I get to tell you, you know, its initial reaction. Kathy's saying, I just woke up in a fog. Hey, I always wake up in a fog until I have like 2 cups of coffee. Hi, Deborah from North Carolina. And hi, Diane. I hope I didn't miss anybody. All right, let's see how many of each piece are in here. Ooh, these are pretty thick. Okay, so these are ombre. Does it say they're ombre? No, it just says they're glimmer paper, but you can tell it's an ombre. It reminds me of the rainbow or the ombre glimmer paper we had recently in a different catalog, or we might still have it. So it's lighter at the bottom with darker at the top. And these are super thick, and they're one-sided because they're glimmer paper. Oh, and you know what else I like about this is it's coated with a nice thick coating. Now, I don't know if they're going to punch because they're really thick, but I'm sure they can die cut them with the metal dies. All right, let's keep looking at the glimmer paper. Oops, what's on there? What got on my glimmer paper? Is that me, something I just did? I wonder if it's, I have nothing on my hands. Yes, I do. Nope, it's not from my hands. I'm just going to see if I can't get that off. I don't know what that is. I was going to get a piece. Never mind. We'll do it later. We don't want to, I never want to waste the time, my viewers' time. But there's a little something on my paper. But no biggie because I do a lot of die cutting. So that is the Parakeet Party. So we saw Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide. Ooh la la. This is going to be so nice with Waves of the Ocean. Had I not already started doing my Waves of the Ocean kit, I may have considered putting this into the Waves of the Ocean kit. But however, that workshop's starting this month and I won't be able to get more of this because they limit people like me. They don't just limit people like me. They limit all demonstrators. But I think they made the rules for people like me who would like buy like everything, like multiples of everything, and then they'd run out before they could release it to customers. Yeah, this is cool. Well, we had these like blue foils and they already ran out of them. That's the Starry Sky. And this is the Orchid Oasis. And they've already run out of the blue foils, but I did hoard enough of those to put in my kits, my Waves of the Ocean kit. So after my Hello Beautiful workshop series is over, I'm doing that one. All right, this is a winner. Winner chicken dinner. And I didn't even know it was going to be small either. I just ordered everything in the in colors that I could order, not realizing it was going to be 6 by 6. I didn't really read into it. I like that it's 6 by 6. It saves me from having to cut it if I put these in any kind of share. All right, so this is called the 2022 to 2024 in color 6 by 6 designer series paper. And so in these packs of paper, like every year, even if the colors don't retire. So we have 5 colors that have been around for a year already. Just to kind of refresh your memory, we have like Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent. Those colors, they're called in colors. The papers that go with those are retiring now because all the patterns will retire. Because every year we come out with new patterns for all 10 of our in colors. The 5 new ones and the 5 ones that have been around for a year. So you're going to see a new pattern right now. I'm checking out this new pattern for the first time. The old pattern is going to retire, but the colors, even if not all the colors retire, only 5 colors will retire. 5 in colors will stay because they're around for 2 years. New patterns for all the in color designer series paper. Oh, cool. It's like it's really tiny little diagonal stripes. I hope you can see that. Don't want to make you dizzy. And then little flowers. So very pretty patterns on this designer series paper. It's 6 by 6. And so right now, one of the deals you can find, and it's a hidden deal because you don't really know about it. You might not know about this deal, but I think they're like $6.95 instead of $11.50, these packs of paper right now. From colors that are current. So if the colors, you can get colors of paper. The patterns are not going to be around, but the colors themselves will be, and you'll be able to use them for all kinds of backgrounds. That's kind of like my secret weapon when I need a lot of backgrounds quickly, is going into like my Brights collection or my Neutrals collection, just grabbing these papers and making quick backgrounds. This is awesome. How come we didn't see this pattern for that one? Oh, we did see that pattern. Okay, look how different that looks on that one. So now I'm doing Tahitian Tide. All right. Okay, oh, Orchid Oasis. This is going to look really nice. Like, I bet they're going to do a lot of holiday stuff with this color. Because it actually looks like all these different kinds of blues look like they could be really great for snowflakes and for winter scenes. And then you got the flower side. Love it. My favorite. I got to dig out my retired lime punch or lemon punch. Make some limes. Going to do that this summer. There's some things I save, not all punches, but some I save, like that one. All right, and this is the Starry. That was the Parakeet Party and Starry Sky. Oh, nice. All right, so let's see what else I have in my box of goodness. We have. I'm not opening this one. You love the patterns in Glimmer paper. I'm glad you love it. Okay, this was in color. These are the retiring in colors. Hello, Judy from Wyoming. Deborah from North Carolina. Okay, so these 5 colors here are retiring. Okay, so if you want to get these, oh, that's good. We can compare Misty Moonlight. This is a good time to compare Misty Moonlight. Now I'm not liking Misty Moonlight as much as I did before when you compare it to everything, right? So I like Starry Sky better than Misty Moonlight. And I really love Misty Moonlight. Okay, let's put the cardstock next to each other. So we're not comparing apples and apples here. This is Orchid Oasis. Wait, no, hold on. I got to grab all my 5 colors here. This is Orchid Oasis, and this is Misty Moonlight, a retiring color. Look at that. Misty Moonlight's in the middle. Orchid Oasis, Misty Moonlight, and Starry Sky. Now, I like these 2 better than the Misty Moonlight now. The Misty Moonlight looks dull there, but it doesn't usually look dull. Maybe it's because it's in the plastic. But I grabbed some of this because it's going to be retiring. And I have a lot of ink to go with it and a lot of Designer Series paper to go with it, so I wanted to get some extra paper before it retires. I'm going to show you a few stamp sets now. And then I will do, and I have a little botanical thingy I can show you. And I could show you this. I could show you this little bundle. So it's kind of neat in the catalog now how they're bundling things. They're bundling this together with this, which is a strange combination. They usually don't bundle vellum. This is called Botanical Layers Vellum. No, Lovely Layers Vellum. And I got it as a bundle. I saved 10% even. So I bought these 2 together. And I was like, I like things like, although I'm not as into flowers, I really like ferns and sprigs and nature things because, I mean, imagine doing the whole baby wipe technique with these guys. I'm already imagining it in my head. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to see what this vellum looks like. Okay, this is called Lovely Layers Vellum. Ooh, la la. Oh my, love, love, love. Let's see how many of each one. I don't know what to expect here. I want to see if I have a card base to see how big these are. I'm going to grab a card base. I just want to see how big these are in relation to my card base. So my card base is an A2 card base here. I'm just going to grab a crumb cake card base. It's 5.5 by 4 1/4. So let's see what this is. So this is probably a little less than 4. I could grab my trimmer, or maybe it'll say it on there. I don't have to guess. Okay, here it is. 3 3/4. It is less than 4. I did guess right. 3 3/4 by 5 inch. It tells you Lovely Layers Vellum. I didn't even need the card base, but it does give me a visual. That's going to be so nice. So what you want to do with vellum is you want to hide the adhesive. So you're going to put other layers on top of here. So maybe you cut some of these guys out or whatever, and then you can put the glue dots and the things behind these black parts or behind the other embellishments you put on there, and then you'll be hiding your adhesive. This is gorgeous. Oh wow. Okay, so there's 5 of each one. Let's see the other patterns. Is it 5 or 6 of each one? Nope, 5 of each one. Semi-translucent. This isn't as thick as the vellum cardstock we sell in the bigger pieces, the ones I put in my kits. This is more thinner. But it's cool for die cutting, for layering on your cards, and everything else. Okay, this one's probably going to need to sponge color with the, because look, it looks like mountains. Maybe with the On the Horizon suite, with the mountain background, build a scene. Maybe use your sponge blending brushes to color these. Okay, and, oh, that's the other one of those. Oh, this is neat. This is just a little sort of abstract shape here. Kind of fun. Oh, and then you get some plain ones? What? Okay, somebody tell me. Kathy, did you order this? Is it supposed to be plain? Maybe, hold on. Let me see something. I don't mind that they're plain, but that's like a lot of plain in comparison to the others. So let me see. If anybody on my team has one of these, I want to know if that's the case. So it says 60 sheets. The vellum is gorgeous. Is it black and white? Yes, it's black and white. And it's, so we got 5. Okay, it says there's 60 sheets. 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. In my opinion, this is my humble opinion, and I don't remember how much it cost or anything, so I don't know how much it cost because I bought it as a bundle. In my opinion, there's like a lot more plain ones in proportion. I would hope that there'd be like half of the design and maybe half plain. So it looks like we got 40 plain and only 20 with the patterns out of the 60. So I'm like, unless I got a misprint, that's why I'm asking somebody on my team, is that the way they're supposed to be? Because if they are supposed to be like that, it's kind of strange to me because we sell plain vellum, and it's called Vellum Cardstock, and I put it in all my kits, and it's 8.5 by 11. So it's not like I have a need for I mean, it's not like, not that I don't have a need for plain vellum, but what I'm saying is this size, I can cut down my bigger ones. So I really thought they're going to be printed, but I guess I'm going to have to read what it says about if they're supposed to be all printed or if I got a misprint or if they're supposed to be 40 that are plain. And anyhow, maybe they weren't too expensive and it doesn't really matter. And in fact, I'm not worried about it anyway because, okay. So this is called a cling stamp set, meaning you mount them. Hello, Denise. You mount them and then you mount them on a stamping block. All right, let's see what else is in my box. This I will do. This one is, I'm going to open this with the Designer Series paper video because I don't want to. Okay, they're supposed to be 40 plain. Thank you, Terry. So it must have said that. So it's not my, it's just my shock. I like to like never hide my feelings when I'm opening and unboxing. I really didn't open it first or read about it. I just sort of buy things. I'm like, oh, they're pretty. So that's fine. They're supposed to be 40 plain ones. That's no problem. At least the good thing is they're the right size you need for your cards. So we'll actually just grab a blending brush and see if we can't ink onto them. We'll see how that looks. Yeah, you think there should be more patterns in relation. It's not that there's enough patterns. I'd have been just happy with just having like 20 sheets of pattern ones. But if you're going to have 60 in a pack, I would say do 30 and 30, right? Or some kind of proportion, right? Like that's what I would say. Like it just seems like there's like more. Anyway, this is called, okay, T Boutique 6x6 Designer Series paper. And I'm going to show you that when I do the Designer Series paper video, where I open up all the Designer Series paper I have. But I do want to show you what I have so far. It's just some things I bought. Okay, this is typically a host set, but I would normally get it for free with host rewards, but this time I had to pay for it, unfortunately. I mean, not that I mind paying for it, but I had to pay like the full retail price when later on we're going to be able to get this as a reward. So if your order is over $150, you're going to be able to get this as one. You're going to be able to claim this. This is a host set. So you can't just go buy it. Like if you like this, which you're going to love it. I mean, who doesn't love this, right? This is adorable. And if you like it, sit, stay, relax with the cat, the dog, the cat on the couch. This just reminds me of like grandma's house and all these these are just so fun. Just sitting here thinking of you. Anyway, if you like it, you can't really buy it. You have to earn it. Like it's like when your order is $150, you'll be able to claim it as a reward. So starting May 3rd, that's how we can get that. All right, this one you may have seen floating around online. This is cool. Oh, gotta cover that up for a second because what happened last time, I showed that little sign, the little C sign with the circle around it. Let me just see if I can't. Oh, there's that sign. YouTube stuck my video. They cut my video off in the middle. So if I get cut off, that's why. That little sign right there. The reason there's that little sign with the C with the circle around it is because if you sell your cards and Stampin' Up! Has an angel policy, so you're supposed to stamp that little C with the circle around it on your cards, on the back of your cards. So anyway, check that out in the annual catalog, but I'm not going to show it right now because if I show that little symbol, the last time I did that, they cut my whole video off and I could never get my video back. I don't know what that is. I'm going to open that. And let's see what else is in my box, and then I'll end. I'm going to open this and we'll end with that, but let me just show you what's in my box. This is a Stampin' Seal Plus, and they were on low inventory. I don't think they're now available, so it's Yes, that's what it is, Terry. It's the symbol. But what I'm saying is when YouTube sees that symbol that you just typed on there, I don't want to even say the word. Then what happens when it sees that, even it's not that it sees it, it's like a robot or some artificial intelligence sees it, then it cuts me off thinking I'm showing something anyway, needless to say. Anyway, I got these stickers. These are called envelope stickers. I give these to my new team members and stuff like in their welcome packages. And I've been waiting on them. So if you're a new team member from last month, you didn't get your welcome package yet, I was waiting on these little guys. Sometimes demonstrator, one of the many benefits of being a demonstrator, I should say, is being able to order things like this from the supply area that only demonstrators can order, and being able to get a pre-order. Like only demonstrators were able to get this whole pre-order before customers, because the catalog's not live yet. Okay, and then the last thing is I'll show you are this is pretty cool. Okay. All right, my box is empty. Okay, these are pretty top notch. Glossy dots, assorted glossy dots. Way bigger than I thought, way nicer than I thought. Okay, they are 180 in there. I'm thinking gorgeous grape, melon mambo maybe. Oh, one slid off somewhere. Where'd you go? Anyway, one took a little slide. And then, anyway, this looks like it could be Pool Party or Coastal Cabana. I'm not even sure what color these are, but they're really cute. Daffodil Delight, perhaps. All right, lastly, before we end, I hope I got to say hi to everybody. I still have a whole box of Designer Series paper, including this one. And I have the Host Designer Series paper. I bought a pack of that. I had to buy it. I couldn't earn it. After May 3rd, I'll be able to earn it. And I will be showing you that in another video. It depends on how quick I can clean up. It probably might be tomorrow, might be the next day. It could be today. I don't know. I got to see how I'm feeling. I got some other projects I'm in the middle of, like as far as waves of inspiration kits. All right, this is called Stylish Shapes Dies. I forget what these are or why I ordered them. So I'm going to be seeing these too. I don't remember what this is. Oh my gosh. Awesome. Oh, I'm loving these. All right. That's why I got them. Because there's no bundle or anything. I'm looking around like, what? There's no bundle here. Stylish Shapes Dies. 15 dies. I don't have any stamps to go with them. These are the only stamps I got. Ooh, don't show that one again. Okay. Sit, Stay, Relax, limited edition. And then the one I got as the prize that you saw, maybe if you saw my recent YouTube video. Then, yeah, they're the only stamps I have. So this was I just bought the dies outright. So these are double stitching, meaning if you put this through a cardstock, I don't have my machine here, then it's going to stitch the frame part, like through the cardstock. And then it's going to stitch, the actual shape as well. So it's a double stitching. Kind of like if you remember, there was these, I'm going to try to color the vellum, that's how I'm going to end. I think there was something with the bird ballad suite way back when, and they were these really cool shapes that did double stitching as well. A few of our other dies do double stitching. Let me start putting stuff back into my box. I'm going to leave my blends out and see if I can't color the vellum with my blends. Or my blending brush. Not my blends. My blending brush and my blends. Let me just make some room. So I hope you got a chance to see all these pretty, pretty ribbons, pretty, pretty Designer Series paper, pretty, pretty vellum, botanical layers vellum. All right. Glimmer paper, in case you just came late. We showed a lot of really cool things today. All right. So we have, I'm going to do a light one. We'll do this one, and then we'll try Sweet Strawberry. Let me just grab a blending brush. I do not know what's going to happen, so we're going to see what's going to happen. I've colored different kinds of vellum before, but not this particular one. So I like that little mountain scene. We'll color a plain one, and then we'll do that one. We'll see with the mountain scene here. See if I can't color that one a little bit. All right. So when I want to put ink on my blending brush, I usually put a little ink onto a stamping block first, and it kind of controls how much ink goes on my blending brush. So I'm going to tap, tap, tap. And then I usually blob it onto like another piece of paper, but I'm just gonna blob it onto this little thing. So see how that's blending? That's what it's supposed to look like when you blend. Okay. So tap, tap, tap. I'll just put a little blob there. Now we're gonna blend this and see what happens. All right. So I mean that might be the nice part about having all this vellum is that we can blend it. Everything. Tap, tap, tap. I just don't want a big blob of ink right on the vellum, so that's why I tap it off first. You can use your little blobs later to keep color in your vellum. All right. Now let's grab one that's not colored to compare. Okay, no, it didn't shade it too much. We'll try it with it. Okay. No, it's pretty cool. It doesn't rub off or anything, but it just didn't shade it too much. But that's okay. I don't really want to shade it that much, but it's just nice to be able to tint your little, do some tinting. All right, now let's try this one. No, we'll try, with the sweet sorbet, we'll try this one because it can kind of look like ice cream or confetti or something. Let's open up the sweet sorbet. Close this one. I'm going to use the other side of the stamping block to put a little bit of ink on it. Tapping in there. Tapping a blob off. I already got some other colors in there. Okay, yeah. That stains much better. I want it to, when I say stain, I mean it colors my vellum much better than the other one's a little bit light. Okay, so I can see this layering vellum is going to be really cool. That one I'm mixing some little bit of the parakeet party in there because it blobbed on there earlier, but it does seem to rub right off. And you can, not rub right off, but it mixes. All right, now let's put that. Oh, nice. Nice. So you can see it, just so you can see the whole thing. Okay, we're going to put that one next to one that's not colored, and we'll also put it on a card base. So here's one that's not colored. Here's one that is colored. Nice. And then here we'll put it on. Yeah. Okay, much more character, and you can make it go with any of your projects. So that's going to be fun. And see, I did mix a little bit of the green with it. All right, now let's see what happens when we put the blends onto this. Let's close this. And looking for the lemony, or not, I keep wanting to call it lemon lime twist. I'm looking for the one called Parakeet Party. Where blends, where are you? Let's see, as I can clean up my table here. Here they are. They're over here. So we shall just kind of color the inside there. See what happens with the thicker side. So there's, as you notice, the blends have a thin side and a brush side. So we're going to just do the brush side. Okay, and then we'll do the darker one. Kind of like a, if you wanted to do a watercolor wash or something, right? So you have like a little, oh, that one's really juicy. You can sort of blend the two in the middle and then sort of make it lighter on the top. I'm just trying this out. And then, of course, you could put your little sentiment over the middle or whatever. Okay, it's going to take a little bit to dry that. I can actually smell the alcohol on. I mean, I didn't mean that. I meant to compare it to. So you'd have to let it dry, but you can pretty much make these vellum pieces any color you want. So that's pretty cool. See, it doesn't rub off either. Either way, whether you want to color them with a blending brush or color them with the markers. I'm liking these pieces. I like that they're already cut for me. But it's kind of like that other paper that's called Hello Beautiful. They gave it to us smaller this time, and I was like, okay, I don't mind cutting paper down myself. I don't mind having small vellum, but I'm just saying, like, we already have a larger product. But I'm keeping it real. I just say it like it is when I unbox. That's my initial reaction. All right. I hope you enjoyed this overview of our new ink colors. Got to see all the products except for the things I'm waiting for are some called In Color Opal Rounds. And I think they're called In Color Pearls, or there's In Color Gem Rhinestones or something. So that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for 2 In Color embellishments, but you got to see the markers, the blends, the re-inkers, the ink pads, the cardstock, the In Color Designer Series paper, the Glimmer paper, and more. And some techniques too along the way. And a couple stamp sets as well. Okay, look, I look forward to sharing with you all these different types of Designer Series paper that are in my box. And I just want to finish saying hello to make sure I said hello to Anne. And see if there's any questions. And Judy, I hope I said hello to you too. I'm just going through, making sure I didn't miss anybody. All right, that's all for now. This is the Paper Chef. We'll see you again real soon.